Good morning, everybody. Danny Shea. How's everybody doing? All right. So, wanted to come on, do a little political, do a little commentary on the show that Lena and Sienna Rose Metaphysical had on her channel, Sienna Rose's channel, about this amazing system, One World Tarot. Awesome system. And I call it a system because the book complements the cards complement the book. Lena said she wrote this for beginners, but I think it's written for everybody. I got a lot out of it. So either I'm a beginner, which I kind of feel I am. I'm constantly learning, and I go, man, there's so much I do not know. And so a refresher, I go, oh, I didn't know that. So I think it's always good. She was also asking about what's the one thing about tarot? And I tried to answer it. Everybody had a thing, so you could get a whole collection of one things. But one of the things I was thinking about was, I think the biggest, most important thing when you're doing metaphysical work, when you're reading cards, is intention. You have to have your intention set really, really clear. Whether you use intuitive reads, whether you know the book really well, it's the intention. Me personally, I blend both of those together. I use, if I get a new deck, I will study the image. I will meditate on the image. And then I will go back and look at the description in the card and things like that. So when I was starting out, that's what I did. I went through the whole deck, meditated on each card, and then read the book on it. Some people do it the other way around. I like to give my intuition a workout and give it the first crack to see what comes out of it. Okay. Great system. I'll put Sienna Rose's link at the bottom of the video, and you can check it out and buy it. I think it's great that the images are really brightly colored. Cardstock is good. I think it's a good deck for YouTube because it's not too busy, but it's busy enough that you can get a lot of information, intuitive information, just looking at it. Look at the richness of the colors. So maybe if you look at this Three of Cups, what popped to me in all the color is the yellow. And I go, it's just down there, but that popped to me. So what does that tell you? Okay, well, maybe you should be working, on your yellow chakra, your solar plexus, come together. So there it is. All right, let's do a little politics with this. I don't feel like I'm going to read on Mr. Pumpkinhead yet. They're too new. They're too sensitive. You know what I mean? You just can't throw any old deck when you're reading Mr. Pumpkinhead. You have to break him in slowly. Have a little respect, a little kindness. Am I done being stupid? No, I've got more stupid to go. Let's look. Looking at my news feed, and oh my gosh, that's a shame. Loretta Lynn passed. Coal miner's daughter. End of an era. All right. So just sending love and light out to her. Also to the people of Florida, let's not forget them, and Ukraine. And just a big hug around the world. So many people are in need of a hug. Even the earth is in need of a hug. So when we're walking, be gentle walking on the earth today. All right. Let's see. I got to get away from my news feed because I've already written a lot of this down. California gas prices. Holy crap. They're into the sevens again. Like, why? Okay, let's look at the Oath Keepers. Their trial is going on now. Stuart Rhodes, 5 others are being charged with seditious conspiracy. There's a total of 9, but they couldn't all fit in the same courtroom. I'm like, why not? Are they fat? No, the courtrooms are small. Oh, they're not built for 9 people. Okay. So, I want to know, will one or all be charged with seditious conspiracy? And when I was reading up on this, the last person that was charged unambiguously, and I looked at that word and I went, well, that's not going to happen, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to go, no, that's not what they were doing. You know, in these days, it's like the truth isn't the truth, just as Rudy said. So it's not going to be unambiguous. I just want to know, is it going to be successful? Is the Justice Department, prosecutors, are they going to be successful in charging? Well, they're successful in charging, but are they going to be found? Are the prosecutors going to be successful in their trial against the Oath Keepers? And the prosecutors are saying that the Oath Keepers came to shatter a bedrock of American democracy. The defense said the Oath Keepers came to Washington as security guards, as peacekeepers. Just waiting for Mr. Pumpkinhead to give the word. All right. Prosecutors. Are they going to win? Prosecutors, are they going to win? Prosecutors. 6 cards. Queen of Wands. That's they got that all in order. They have it ready to go. It's being challenged by illusion, delusion. Too many choices. No, they were peacekeepers. No, they weren't. Yeah, they were. A 2 of Swords. This is my, for those who watched the video yesterday on Sienna Rose's channel, this is what I got with the cat question. I go, really? You guys aren't asking about cats, are you? I'm allergic to cats. So if one came into my bathroom, I'd take those 2 swords. Never mind. Blind Justice. Oh, let me see where I keep going. Oh, and I got this a lot too. 2 of Pentacles in the past. The top of the reading, Chariot. Potential near future, Page of Cups. So, let me drop down. These are my questions I have up here. So, will the prosecutors win this case? I say yes, but it's not going to be unambiguous because of the 7 of Cups card. They have 2 points of view that both sides are going to say, no, we were just waiting on the president. No, you can't wait on that. Doesn't make sense. In the past, it's juggling what is right, what is wrong. But with this card, the Page of Cups, I feel like they're going to get them on something. It's not going to be the big slam dunk that we want them to be. At the top of the reading is the Chariot, and it's a strong movement, not the Oath Keepers for entertainment purposes only, talking about the prosecutor, whether they will win, strong moving case. But it feels like with this card that it's not going to be all encompassing. I would love to have seen a major arcana or like the world completion. Or one of those, but I didn't get that. It's just a little one, and it had a fish coming out of a bowl, out of a cup. And to me, that is, we're going to calm these waters down, but it's just going to be a little fish. So let me kick this up. You don't need to watch me shuffle, do you? Do you? No. Okay. Supreme Court. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is sitting on the bench. A lot of important cases coming up. The election laws, for example, Moore versus Harper, independent state legislation. And somebody was saying, if that was in place, last election, Trump would still be in the White House. And the scary thing is that 6 of the justices have been flirting with that theory that's the way we should go. That's the way the Constitution is written. That's not what the founders and the framers of the Constitution had intended. So, kind of scary. My question is, and we have women's choice coming up again, maybe not in those exact terms, but it's still coming up. So other cases that are going to limit people's freedoms. So I want to know, is the current Supreme Court this session, is it going to increase or reduce our freedoms? Is it going to keep our freedoms, or is it going to take some away? Certainly the Dobbs case took them away. People don't trust the Supreme Court to do the right thing. I don't know why. I really don't. Just because a couple people won't recuse themselves because their spouse is part of this unambiguous, seditious conspiracy, in my humble opinion only. Will the Supreme Court take away or add to or keep our freedoms safe? Will they take more freedoms away? 411 on the Supreme Court. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. This is the mother of passion, of legal, being challenged by the emperor. And when I'm hearing, it's a few that are just dictating what should happen. At the base of the reading is the Page of Wands. I look at this card, and in this deck, what I'm seeing right away is all the different colors of people. That's at the base, but I don't think the emperor's going to have it. In the past is the Two of Wands. And to me, I think the world is looking at this and they're wondering how this is going to be playing out. We used to have a really strong Supreme Court that was not political, and this just feels like it is political. Seven of Swords. Damn. Taking away. Sneaking into camp in the middle of the night, taking the defenses, leaving two, but pretty much leaving the camp defenseless. And then we have the Page of Cups again. This is kind of like a moving on card to me. The waters are calm. They're hearing noise from fish, little intuition, little things that are kind of coming up out of different areas. The other thing that scares me, I'm going to keep going with this. The other thing that scares me with this is because it's in Venice, the buildings are being flooded. I feel like they're taking away more. Internally, yeah, you got a couple of people that are just lashing out. Externally, it's the Ten of Pentacles. I like this card in that it's all about family, money, but it's legacy, it's history. So it can be interpreted as money is ruling the Supreme Court. It can also be interpreted as we have a legacy that we need to maintain. Hopes and fears. Three of Wands. That either their ship is coming in or their ship is going out. And the final outcome, defending oneself. Seven of Wands. Death. Ending of one cycle, beginning of another. And the Ace of Cups. Let me drop this down. The Supreme Court this term, see if I can spread these out a little bit. I thought I was only going to go with 6 and I went full on. So I know some people say, no, your intention was wrong. Okay, well, you can believe or not believe what I'm going to say. I think it's all about they're going to be taking away freedoms with this Seven of Swords up at the top. However, there is going to be some kind of news coming out from an unexpected place because the institution is underwater. They're trying to be for the people. Is this Roberts, the emperor, that is going to kind of stand in and stand up, help the Queen of Wands? Maybe this is Ketanji Brown Jackson. She certainly was vocal, but I'm feeling it's a collective that the female energy of the Supreme Court is being covered by the masculine energy of the emperor. But this Page of Cups is giving me a lot of hope that things are going to be moving. Some little bit of information is going to start coming out. They are trying to do something that, but I just think that democracy is going to be challenged. Our freedoms are going to be challenged a little bit, but something's going to happen where we're going to succeed in keeping them. However, keeping our freedoms. However, not in this cycle because of that. And their buildings underwater. So until they listen to that little fish, they're going to be embattled. They're going to be defending themselves. And then you have the death card followed by the Ace of Cups. Something new is going to come out of it. And maybe it's the, after this term or during this term, when this is not a physical for entertainment only, but this could be one of the judges or two of the judges leaving to give us a new start. But they are going to rule on some things that aren't going to be good for freedom. They're going to be restricting it, all in the name of freedom. I heard that Ron DeSantis, I guess there was somebody that said that he was visiting some of the ravages of Florida, and he was there for a photo op holding up recovery efforts. And he goes, that's just misinformation. And he complained to Twitter saying, this is misinformation, take it down. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that cancel culture? Aren't you trying to silence the news? Isn't that what you guys are all talking about? It feels like all these Republicans are, it doesn't matter what they say, they're such a woke, whiny mob. Oh, they just whine. Speaking of whining, it's time for Pumpkinhead news. Did you hear Christina Bob? Bob in my head. Christina Bob had to get an attorney. Whatever happened to Trump hiring the very best? So she had to get an attorney. She's working with the DOJ. Also in the news feed that I pulled up right before I jumped on was some news feed reported that there's 7 hours of missing logs from the White House communication on January 6th during the time that the insurrection was happening, the storming of the Capitol, the picnic, as some Republicans call it, just a little stroll with guns. Just a little peacekeeping adventure. Just backing up though, getting to DeSantis and saying, oh, you Democrats are spinning the story. Well, what about Trump calling out McConnell and giving him a wish? Not going to say it here because YouTube is like pulling videos and stuff. Be careful of your comments. A lot of times they get pulled too. They get put into a held for review, and I don't look at that often. no website links, not that all gets pulled. Otherwise, I'd be inundated with fans only stuff. I'm like, geez, there's a lot of fans out there. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And he goes, no, I was just kidding. I didn't really mean that. That term references Charles Bronson movie, and that movie, oh my God, a lot of D in that movie. So somebody should, tell him to stop talking. That's what a lot of Republicans say too. I just wish he would stop talking. Okay, be nice now in your comments, because I just wish he would blank. See, that's what you can do. Okay. Sorry, that was a squirrely rant. Mr. Pumpkinhead news, Christina Bob. I want to look at the missing January 6th call logs. Are those in the documents that were in Mar-a-Lago? Are those documents now being able to be used by the Justice Department? Are those some of the documents that are being held up? It's hard to follow all this stuff. Let's see, and also let's see if we're going to hear before I go into that, let's see if we're going to hear about Eileen Cannon. Let's read on her for this week. Eileen Cannon. I'm using my Pumpkinhead cards for her too, because I have them in my hand. Oh, I could use those. She's a Pumpkinhead girl. Three of Imps. Eileen Cannon for the week. She's planning. She's got 10 of bats. She's underwater. 10 of bats. So this is her staying up at night, worrying, but it's upside down. So even though that worry's there, she's not really that worried about it. And when I said that, I went, why? Is she getting paid a lot of money? We have the 5 of bats. 5 of bats. Bats are swords, aren't they? Yeah. So this is stealing somebody's candy at any cost. This is winning at any cost, which she tried to do, but it's upside down. So she's not doing it very well. The other thing too, with this card, when I look at this Pumpkinhead card here, the bats are swords and they're flying all around her, but they're upside down. So when a bat is upside down, it normally means like it's hanging upside down. So the swords are not ready to come out yet, but they're flying around her, which is clearly the case. In the past, as it relates, boom, big king of bats, right side up. Someone's looking at her, as we mentioned way before. And here we have the 2 of pumpkins. This could be her. She's juggling pumpkin heads. One's lit up, one's dark. Federalist Society, Mr. Pumpkinhead, I don't know. The cat's looking up at her like, you cray girl. You're crazy. You are you don't know how to do this. And it's a figure 8, so there's a new beginning coming out of this balancing act for her. Oh, speaking of Mr. Pumpkinhead, Mr. Pumpkinhead, there he is. But you know, it's in the potential near future, but it came up upside down. So, not good. Eileen Cannon, not good. Let me just keep going with this real quick. Internally, she's got the world card. This is a completion card. She knows it's done. The external influences are the King of Imps, King of Wands. Something legal, she knows it. Hopes and fears are her knight in shining pumpkin. The Knight of Pumpkins. Knight in shining pumpkin is not coming to save her, because he's upside down. As if he would save her. He just hangs everybody upside down. And the hopes and fears are, it's hard to deal with a mad scientist. The Hermit. She's realizing no matter what she tries to concoct, it's all going to go awry. Or sourdough. Sorry. She's not going to have a good week, I don't think. All right, let's look again. Pumpkinhead news. Missing January 6 call logs that are in. Were they in Mar-a-Lago? Are they now in the Justice? Does the Justice Department now have the missing 7 hours of January 6th call logs? And what are they doing with them? What's going on with the January 6th call logs, the missing call logs? 8 of Imps, they're coming out fast. 8 of Imps, here we go. That came out reversed, 10 of Bats. So this is a lot of worry, right? This is a lot of stress, losing sleep, being upside down. It's like you wake up to the bats. You go, oh, was that a dream or is this real? Is this Memorex? Let's see. 7 hours, missing tapes. What's going on with them? 3 of Imps, 3 of Wands. They're being looked at. I'm going to drop it down. They're being looked at. It looks like they're being scrutinized by 2 imps. This imp that has the wand, that has all the information on it, is being reviewed by these 2 passionate people that have fire in their sticks. And the cat is just ho-hum. A lot of emotion going on here. At the base of the reading is the Ace of Bats. This is a new beginning coming out. It's not quite baked yet. The bat looks like it's right side up. They got all the information, but the card is upside down. That's normally the way a bat sleeps. So to me, this says that the offer, the Ace of Bats that's coming, Ace of Cups, that's coming out of the cloud, this new emotional start, right, is, wait a minute, sorry, swords, sword, bats or swords. You would, digression, hang on. You would think, after all the time that I've spent with Mr. Pumpkinhead in these cards, that's why it's important to review. Back down to the cards. Ace of Bats. Ace of Swords. Coming out of the blue. In this direction, though, it's right side up. To me, this is, the bat is about ready to take off. The bat doesn't like being like this unless it's flying. So it's about ready to fly. 7 hours of missing tapes. What's going on with them? In the past, page of imps. So, you have the imp hiding behind the page. Yeah. It's about ready to come out. Ace of Ghosts. So the Ace of Cups is upside down. What is happening? Things are still being spilt out, but it's upside down. Ace of Pumpkins. Oh my gosh, Mr. Pumpkinhead. Mr. Pumpkinhead in the potential near future. He's upside down with these tapes. I think the Justice Department has them, and they're going to make him cray. He thinks he's still safe, I think, Mr. Pumpkinhead. They're still in this protective area. So much information. Queen of Pumpkins, Queen of Pentacles in the external. Who's the Queen of Pumpkins in this deck, in this reading? It is in the external position. This is, I think, that hand is that hand who has Mr. Pumpkinhead in the palm of her hand. Hopes and fears are that things are going to be brought to full illumination. And we have the Ace of Imps. A lot of new beginnings in here. Do I have them all? 1 ace, 2, 3. All 4 aces came up. So this Ace of Imps is all about confidence, courage, in what they have, and what they have with these 7 hours. It's going to make Mr. Pumpkinhead, it's just going to turn him upside down, and all his sweets are going to fall out of his head. All right. I think that it could have just said, yeah, they have them. Could have, but I didn't. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm done. Have a great rest of your week if I don't see you before. And that's it. Peace and love.